Welcome to Venusian Soul. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be the unexpected. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which cards have a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi Group 1. So for this group, I'm hearing the unexpected is that you're heading for a new life. There's a new beginning, and I'm also hearing it's time to create. There's a really strong emphasis on manifestation, law of attraction, really leaving the past behind. But I feel like Spirit is coming in strong, saying there needs to be a complete clearing or rewrite with your energy to make space for new commitments with the Guru. With the Guru sitting next to new life, I feel like for some of you, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. It could literally be in the form of new commitments, new contracts, just new beginnings. I see like a completely fresh start for some of you. But I feel some of these energies have to be balanced out and released first. With Justice, the 5 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands, there may be some past energies, people, disappointments that you let go of or clear away first before the new comes in. And for some of you, you might be in this place where you're still making peace with what has been, or you're still kind of wrapping it up, closing it out, learning from it, letting it go. Because I feel like you go through this period of clearing and cleansing and perhaps even purging for some of you. You may literally be feeling the urge to clear up your environment. It could be like journaling, where you're releasing and purging old emotions and old energies. But I see for a lot of you, it's this complete rewrite where you're ready for a new start. You're ready for something fresh. But Spirit is saying and letting you know that you bring in that fresh energy with a burst of magic. It's almost like you have to be in that consciousness of allowing that to flow through you. You have so many cards of manifestation. You have the Magician, Co-Create, and Divine Matrix, which for me, they're all about setting intentions, bringing your dreams into reality. For some of you, the unexpected is what you've been manifesting and praying and asking for. You're going to actually observe now. It's ready to come to form. But again, there's definite letting go with the 10 of Wands sitting above the 8 of Cups. For some of you, there's something you let go of. And again, this will vary for each of you, but there's someone or something you release that then makes room for this manifestation to come in. There could be someone or something that you're closing out or that you were making peace with, that you've moved beyond. And that creates that room in your world and in your life to accept and bring in the new. But with the Sun as well, like you go from the 5 of Cups to the Sun, the unexpected as well is how happy and how much lighter you're going to be feeling in this new cycle, this new life. For those of you, I keep seeing the number 4 as well. So you might be seeing 444. There's also an energy of feeling quite grounded. But I just feel overall for many of you, it's like your mind, your state of mind, your emotional body, it's going to be in a much lighter state. And yes, obviously we are in a realm of duality. So I'm not saying, it's always going to be love and light and there's never going to be any feelings of anxiety or stress or, any negative emotion. But there's a sense of an easing of your emotions, or there's some sort of cleansing, healing, purging that puts you in a place where your emotions are in a more positive space. With the 3 of Wands and the Sun, I feel for some of you, you've really been working towards or expecting something with great and full, and it's like it comes in and your cup overflows. You feel very emotionally fulfilled, and that's where that positive state comes in. Or you feel as well, I just heard a state of renewal, where you feel renewed, you feel really positive and excited about life and what's happening. I just see you being incredibly blessed. But I do feel for some of you, I feel like you may have already walked away or let go of something or certain things. But for others of you, this could be a prompt that you may need to make room for this manifestation. Or at the very least, there's some sort of cathartic healing process that clears away certain energies to make room for new commitments. I keep hearing commitments. For some of you, I feel like you could be like signing something, whether this is like a new lease, a property, a new home. For others of you, I feel like this commitment could be, it could be like a work contract as well. And again, use your intuition and your discernment when you're kind of signing anything or moving toward anything. For others of you, though, this could be a commitment in terms of a connection. With the Magician, it's like Spirit is letting you know, like this point in time, you can have a completely new life. Like you have the opportunity to start again, to bring in the new, to, you know, leave behind what has been, or leave behind, I just heard, disappointments, and actually find fulfillment and find success, find happiness. They're showing me like you leaving behind. For some of you, I feel like you may have been in a cycle or a phase where it was almost like an initiation. There was a lot of challenges. It could have felt a little bit dark, where there was a lot of heavy emotions, or you felt like you were constantly going through it. It was hard to catch a break. And I feel for some of you, it's like that cycle of struggle is changing. There's an ease that's coming into your life, and the way things come about and the way you receive things is far more rapidly and readily than what you had previous, or what you were able to receive previously. But again, it's important when you leave behind a cycle like that, that you're also leaving behind the difficulties or the past emotions tied to that, the struggles. Because I do feel for some of you, there may be some energies that are connected to the past in some way. The Spirit is saying you're not going to recognize these opportunities and these blessings behind you if you're still in that space of sadness or melancholy with what has happened previously. And that's why taking that time for any type of healing or clearing is really important to make way for the new. With the Three of Wands as well, I feel like Spirit is saying you can expect, it's safe to expect the unexpected, and it's safe to believe in the good, that you can experience good, that you can have positivity, and there's new beginnings for you. For those of you as well where you felt like, I just heard down on your luck, or for some of you, you may have lost faith a little bit, where you started to doubt whether Spirit had your back or whether things would change. And I feel like the Divine is saying that you can expect good things, and things are shifting and changing, especially for those of you where you have sensed, you know, that there's differences coming, or there's something new on the horizon. I feel like there definitely is. But again, your energy and your manifestations and your receptivity to it is important as well. I'm hearing the less you take into this new life, this new cycle, the better. The more that can come in. When we create space within ourselves and within our lives, the universe can fill it. So I do think for many of you, you might be in that phase where you're still really shedding. For some of you, you might literally be shedding possessions, like downsizing or moving, or because I'm getting a sense, it doesn't have to be to the extreme of minimalism, but to the sense of, you know, what do I really need? What do I actually want to take with me versus, you know, what have I had for a certain amount of time that, you know, I'm ready to let go of. So there could be some awareness in terms of what you want to use or do moving forward, and what's working for you and what's not. And I feel like as you shed, whether these are possessions, emotions, old energies, I feel like it's going to give you more clarity. It's going to give you a sense of closure, I feel, but also more clarity in terms of what you want to fill your life and your space with now. Yeah, definitely. It's about really conscious living, being very conscious and aware of what, I just heard what weighs you down and what liberates you. For some of you, the unexpected is you suddenly get free of something. For those of you who have, the struggle has been with a person, with a past event, with a memory. It's like you finally break free from it. You're no longer attached to it, or it heals finally. And it's that creates this wave and this movement toward the new. For some of you as well, there could have been a situation where you felt like it was never going to resolve. And then what you're finding now is it actually does. It heals, it resolves, you're able to move forward. With a burst of magic and great and full, I feel like there's a sense for many where you may just be ready for the new. Like you're ready for a new experience, or you're ready to kind of step outside of your comfort zone. Like it's like being open to new experiences, new people, new settings. And again, it's a mindset, but the more we let go of the past, the more room we have for these new encounters. And that's why Spirit is saying the inner work obviously comes first, and then that trickles into the physical and makes space in the physical for your next steps, your action, what you want to do moving forward. With the Magician next to co-create, I do feel like your energy is very powerful right now. So the things you think about, the things you speak about, where you place your consciousness and your energy is going to have a really noticeable effect. So I also think Spirit is saying be really conscious and conscientious when it comes to where you place your energy, what you lend your energy to, being very intentional with your creations. And with that divine matrix, I do feel for some of you, the unexpected are things that you may have set intentions for or wanted for quite some time. Like I don't feel like it's, for some of you, it could be a new intention, but I don't feel so. I feel like it's something that you've been manifesting and then it comes in and you're aligning yourself to receiving it. With Observer, I feel like you're observing the fullness of your manifestation and your success. And I feel like the universe is encouraging you on that path. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, group 2. So for this group, the unexpected, for some of you, I feel like the unexpected is a really beautiful relationship and soulmate connection. For those of you where it resonates, we have the 2 of Cups and we have Sacred Reverence 47, Master number 11. It feels like there's an energy of coming together in a soul connection. But for some of you, I feel with the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles, you may be in a space where you're more so focused on yourself. Or I feel for some of you, this comes in when you're not really looking, when you're you may even be with the King of Swords and 9 of Pentacles, slightly guarded or just don't have a lot of time for someone. Like it's almost like that energy of I'm focusing on myself, on my own kind of path, I'm focusing on my own projects, my own dreams, my own goals and personal growth. I'm not really in that space of wanting to lend energy to someone else. So I do feel for some of you, you may not see it coming, but for some of you, you may have previously been quite hurt or had quite a painful ending in a connection that has led to this kind of fierce independence is how I would describe it. And again, that's for those of you where it resonates. For others of you, the Queen of Wands next to the Oracle's gift and expose and reveal, there's an expansion happening in your psychic ability, especially when it comes to like clairvoyance and certain visions you receive. And I feel with expose and reveal, there may be certain truths or visions that kind of come to the forefront that, yes, were unexpected or that just show or tell you something, that they reveal something. So you may be having kind of prophetic dreams, or you may be noticing that your intuition and psychic ability is going to the next level. I feel as well you're moving into a time, if you're not already in that, where there's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of passion and power and strength. But I feel as well, if there's any stuck energy within you or within your life, with Judgment, 9 of Pentacles and 8 of Swords, especially those of you where you feel stuck financially, that's what's coming into shift. With Between Worlds, what's unexpected as well is you're about to start and move into a very different life or cycle or experience. But I also think with Not For You, you're letting go of what's not or what wasn't meant for you. So there could have been some closed doors, or there could have been some situations where it didn't eventuate or it didn't unfold in the manner you thought it would. And now you're in a space where, you know, you're kind of clearing it out, letting it go and moving towards. With serendipity, there is a very strong energy of divine orchestration. I do think for this group, there are going to be situations or people or things that arise that you weren't expecting. Some of it's from within you. I'm hearing like there's energies or feelings, visions, psychic insights that you actually tap into that you didn't know were there or you didn't know were coming. But I feel for others of you as well, there's a sense of letting go of what wasn't working or what hasn't worked, and it's like Spirit showing me a closed door and then someone trying to knock on it, and Spirit saying, okay, it's time to close some things out to make room for where you're going, to make room for serendipity and for change. Yeah, with Judgment, Knight of Pentacles and Eight of Swords, I'm hearing if you felt stuck, there was a need to change your mind about something or someone. It's something around changing your mind or coming to a new awareness or epiphany or insight. For some of you, I'm hearing it's about being open. With this Eight of Swords, it's like the Spirit is showing me like kind of, this won't resonate with everyone, but it's like love knocking on your door. But I feel like this person's like, no, I don't see it. No, I don't want to be open to it. For some, I feel like there's some sort of resistance against opening the heart again. And again, this doesn't have to just be in a romantic sense. It could be opening up in terms of connection in general, allowing people closer, not always going it alone or having to be fiercely independent. But for some of you, I feel like this is love. I'm hearing the more you surrender to the process and the more you let go, the more you're able to receive and the more things can start to really flow and speed up. Especially for those of you where you have been feeling a little bit, I don't think stale is the right word, but I'm hearing the phrase stagnant. I feel like there may have been areas in your life where you felt like, when are things going to change or when are things going to move? Like it's almost like with this Queen of Wands, there's that fire in the belly and there's that, confidence and independence, but there were some beliefs or thoughts or feelings and memories that were slowing down the process or slowing down certain manifestations. I think with Exposed and Revealed sitting above Queen of Wands as well, for some of you, you're getting some insights about how you hold yourself back or how in the past your feelings about yourself, your confidence, your energy may have had an effect or was bearing on what you could manifest for yourself or what you believed was possible. I feel for this group, you're going to be clearing away and knocking down any limitations or lack mentality, fears or doubts or insecurities. I keep feeling for this group, there's been some sort of huge boost to your confidence, or you've done such a level of growth or work on yourself that you're in this energy now. And that energy is going to give way to a lot of really positive changes and shifts in your world. With the Three of Swords sitting beneath the Two of Cups, for some of you as well, there could be some of this resistance. There could be a little bit of healing work still that needs to be done when it comes to that heart space. Part of why there could be resistance, or part of why, this, for those of you where it hasn't come in yet, why it's on hold, is this emotion. And there's still that need to kind of clear away any old emotions and change your beliefs around connection and relationship. Whether romantic or platonic, it's really feeling like it's safe for me to love. It's safe for me to depend on other people. Those beliefs need to be changed. And again, for some of you, these patterns or beliefs could have stemmed from past connection and past painful experiences. But I feel like Spirit is saying it's time to rewrite the script, because you can write something different. You can write a different storyline and ending for yourself, but it's almost as though you have to believe it. You have to believe it's possible, and you have to be willing to move into the unknown. With Judgment above the King of Swords, I feel for this group you have a very strong mind. For some of you, could be an air sign or have air very prominent in your chart. I'm hearing air and fire. But I feel as well with this King of Swords, it represents someone who, I just heard strong-willed as well. You might be a little bit stubborn when you're locked on something or believe something, that's it. but there's a need, I feel, to, with Judgment above the King of Swords, it's almost like questioning what you believe, questioning what you tell yourself, what your thoughts are telling you. Are they true for you anymore? Are they leading you to the outcomes and the opportunities that you desire, that are best for you? I feel like there may be a lot of questioning or consideration in terms of, what do I want? What do I need? What works best for me? And with this energy as well, the Spirit is saying, like, don't lose. I feel for some of you, you do have a beautiful independence and a confidence and a level of self-love, but I feel like it's been hard won. I feel like you had to go through a lot, or had to go through a lot on your own to be able to reach this point. So Spirit is saying the goal is not to lose that, but it's about perhaps being more open to others while still having that independence and that, strength of will and that energy. I see you reaching a point where you're able to open your heart more, or you're able to, for some of you, I do feel like this is a new soulmate connection where it's more of a romantic bond. But again, I feel like that confidence and that self-love and that independence that you exude is very attractive. And again, be really open to the insights you receive, because I feel like a lot of things are going to be flowing through to you. These could be visions, it could be ideas, prompts from Spirit, even truths about your own actions or behavior. Like seeing really clearly, okay, this is why I act in this manner, or this is why I behave in this way, and really understanding, what leads to certain behaviors, why you do certain things. It's like if you've been stuck or feeling uncertain about something for quite some time, I feel like there is going to be healing. For many of you, it's emotional though. It's definitely around the heart space. And I feel like that could also trigger a change of mind. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So the first thing I heard when I laid out your cards was Heart Chakra Awakening. So the unexpected is, I feel like there's a huge expansion coming to your heart space. But what I'm feeling as well is there's going to be a lot of love flowing towards you. Again, for some of you, this could be in the form of a connection, but I just feel with this group, it's more generalized. Like I feel like there's going to be a lot more love and positive emotion that you feel within yourself, that you're receiving from others, whether this is friends, family, a connection, co-workers. I just see you surrounded with a really beautiful frequency. But the other thing I'm hearing with the 6 of Cups sitting above the 4 of Pentacles, I heard you're finally going to be free from the past. It's like any attachment you had to the past, or any hold that the past had on you, it's like you can finally sever it. You're finally free from it. So I feel like you've reached this point where you're able to really move ahead, move forward, and you're liberated. And with the Queen of Cups as well, there's a lot of, I keep seeing the color blue and seeing water. There's a lot to do with emotion, but it's like you being in a really beautiful space with Queen of Cups. It's like going through that turbulence, going through the experiences of a lot of intense and heavy emotion, but it's like you're free from it now. With the Moon and the 6 of Cups, there may be certain things that rise to the surface that you're now aware of. Or there could have been aspects that were affecting you from the past that, you may have known were there, but you hadn't fully delved into. And it's like diving into those waters, experiencing certain things, and then coming out the other side, healed, whole. But I'm also hearing with a new vision or a really strong sense of love and purpose. Because some of this love, I feel, is like for yourself and what you're doing with the power of purpose. I feel like the love could be for a gift you have. For some of you, the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, you're definitely psychics, you're intuitives, you're healers, you're artists. And it could be as well really stepping into that mission. And that's where you're feeling this renewed sense of love and empowerment, especially with Awakening Genius. And we have 29, Master number 11. The other thing I saw, we have 26, number 8, 44, 8, and 35, 8. So you have 8, 8, 8. And with, so you may be also increasing abundance, or there might be more financial flow coming towards you. But I said about being freed from the past, and then we have here and now. It's like now you can just be in the present moment, take action in the present moment. It's like the past people's energies from the past, especially from the Six of Cups. For some of you, it could be breaking free and completely healing from your childhood, from earlier wounds and pain. But with Thinker as well, it's funny I said a heart chakra awakening. See, I think you're going to be coming out of the mind. I feel like in the past, things may have plagued your mind because they weren't healed at the core emotionally. There was still emotion and energy that were linked to it that didn't have time to fully heal or transmute. Whereas now I feel like you're reaching a point where some of these energies will heal and will transform. And then you're in that space of really being, yes, being present, but being ready to move forward. With the full Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, again, I feel like for some of you, there's something new you start around your career, your purpose, your dreams, your talent. But it's about you really following as well and knowing what you want to do. With the Two of Swords above the Ace of Wands, there could have been a period where you felt kind of stuck. Like you may have had an inkling of what you wanted to do or what you desired, but it was difficult to initiate it, or it wasn't kind of flowing and unfolding the way you had hoped. And it's almost like you go through this process and there's a level of knowing emotionally, like, yes, this is what's right for me. But again, with the High Priestess in here and now, part of why your psychic ability and intuition is enhanced, because when you're in that present moment, you can receive intuitive guidance more accurately. And I think that's what's going to be helping you as well. Yeah, I feel like for this group, I just feel relief. It's almost like emotionally, just like things are flowing a lot better. Almost like a clean slate is the energy I'm getting. And it's like you feel relieved that things are unfolding the way they are and things are more harmonious. But again, this comes as well from doing a lot of healing and clearing work within yourself emotionally. And I feel for this group, there could have been, with the moon especially, some deep-seated subconscious patterns or some very old emotions and feelings and energies that resurface that help you really let go and help you move ahead. There's definitely a lot of new energy, but I'm hearing the Fool can show up more readily when you're centered in the here and now. For some of you, you might be quite into mindfulness or meditation, where you're capable of really being present with certain emotions and frequencies, and thus you're able to transmute them more readily. And you're able to kind of allow things to flow and change. And that's what also is helping to initiate or bring in some of these shifts. Yeah, with the Six of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, there's definitely a lot that you're going to be letting go of, but I don't really feel like it's literal things. I feel like it's patterns, emotions, energies. It's the past. For some of you, you may have been someone as well that your emotions really run deep. For some of you, I do feel like you could be water signs. There's strong Pisces here. But there's a sense of, and it doesn't have to be, but I just feel that you really embody that water element. And there's a sense as well of, because your emotions run so deep, because of your intuition and your sensitivity, things, like I feel when something knocks you or wounds you, it's like it goes to the core of you. It's almost like, because for some of you, you're definitely empaths and healers, but you may not have the level of boundaries or protection that other people have as they move through the world. So part of it as well is those energies have to be healed and released. And then that, and also when I say release for this group, I feel like it takes quite heavy inner work to do that. And then you're going to see some of these changes. You're also going to feel more, I want to say passionate or inspired, more excited by life. You might be feeling a little bit more bold as well, because I feel for some of you, some of these energies, emotions, feelings may have kind of, I just heard held you hostage or held you back from your potential. held you back from what, you're truly capable of, held you back from receiving more love from other people. But as you heal this and change these patterns, I see you attracting in a lot more and being in a space where you're not only ready to receive, I'm hearing, but like you feel you deserve to receive. It's like you know what you're worth, you know what you want for your future, you know what that looks like. There's more clarity as well, because I feel for this group, you're very instinctual, or there's almost a sense that you operate through your instincts and your emotion. So when you're making a decision, if your emotions are up in the air, I feel like for this group, it might be harder to find or receive clarity. I keep seeing the ocean. I don't know if some of you like love to go to the ocean, live near the ocean, but I feel for this group, water is therapeutic. That's one of the tools you have when it comes to healing. The other tool is allowing your emotions to flow, whether that's through listening to music, that could be just journaling, just getting in touch, mindfulness where you're observing emotion. But the more you allow those emotions to flow, the better. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. So when it comes to the unexpected, I feel for this group, there may be a lot that's falling away or that will fall away. I feel for this group, there's something that's ending and closing out, but it's making room for a new path, new opportunity, new energy. But Spirit's saying you've got to be open. You have to be receptive to these changes. And I'm hearing with this tower, for some of you, I feel like there could be something falling away, something clearing out. This tower is crumbling, but Spirit is saying that look to the horizon, have a higher vision of what's happening and what's aligning, because I'm hearing this tower has to fall for this new path, this new pentacle, this new opportunity to come in. So for this group, the unexpected or these changes may be quite uncomfortable. Like it could be a difficult or more painful process, and it requires you to listen. I keep hearing listen with deep knowing and ears wide open. I feel like Spirit is saying we're guiding you through this process. We're letting you know what's happening, but you need to make time to kind of be still, to go within and to receive your intuitive messages. With a deep breath as well, I feel like, any type of meditation or relaxation, whether that's going for a walk, meditating, watching a film, whatever, listening to music, I feel like there's going to need to be a certain level of downtime and to not fall into that pattern of panic, especially if things seem like they're up in the air or topsy-turvy and it's difficult to gain your footing. I feel like Spirit is reassuring you, but there is a need to be open as well, because next to the tower we have to the sea. So I feel like for this group, you're on a journey, you're on a voyage into the unknown, but I feel like it might be quite difficult to release the resistance to the unknown. And for this group as well, I feel like there could be a lot of changes that precipitate or lead you into new circumstances. Like there may be a lot that kind of falls away, or there's a lot of energies you have to deal with. But I'm also noticing we have number 7 here, 43, 7 and 7. So you have 777, which for me is a number of divinity, divine orchestration. I feel like the divine is working with you and through you in your life, but it may not look like it. This is kind of the energy for some of you where it may be like a blessing in disguise, or there is a transition that's coming in that's going to be a blessing, but the transition is it could be a little messy, a little chaotic as you go through that process. I keep seeing an owl as well. So there's this sense of tapping into your divine wisdom, and with a higher view, it's like Spirit is saying, don't look at what's happening right now. Don't look at the specifics. Tap into that higher vision. It's learning how to be I just heard the phrase Zen, very grounded, centered, Zen, relaxed while some of these changes are taking place. And I know that's easier said than done. But with the star, it's almost like certain things are shifting to bring in what you want. But the shift doesn't look like that's what's happening, or it's coming about in such a way that you may question it, or there may be a temptation to lose faith, like, oh, maybe things are getting worse, or maybe I can't receive this, or I don't know, that there's a sense of not being certain of the outcome. And I feel like Spirit is coming in to kind of reassure and affirm that things are going to work out, things are happening for the best. But again, looks can be deceiving. Don't trust your eyes. You have to trust that spiritual knowing and that inner guidance. With the Three of Pentacles as well, there could be new opportunity around career, work, skills, opportunities for abundance with the Empress. But again, I feel like it happens after some of these changes come in. Yeah, with Treasure Island, you're definitely going to be more abundant and you're going to have more success, especially in a career sense. But yeah, just finances in general, I think, are going to be improving. But it's like you have to get past the hurdle first, or you have to get through some of this. I just heard this transition period, and that may be a little bit difficult. I'm hearing as well with the Queen of Swords at the beginning, and next to a higher view, trust what your soul and intuition is telling you. Don't just go with what your mind is saying, because I feel like your mind could spin a story or be quite panicked by the turn of events and how things are unfolding. But your soul, your heart will be reassuring you and letting you know that you're on the right path and things are unfolding in the manner they need to. The King of Cups sitting above the Empress, again, I feel like you're moving to a place and a point in time where you are very abundant on all levels. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, you feel very full. But I'm hearing it's almost like Spirit has to move you out of where you're at in order to receive that. There's something around this old path, option, pentacle that's falling, but it had to make space, to make room for what wants to come in. I also feel for this group, I don't want to say don't take action. Like, obviously action is an important facet of change. But what I do want to say is right now, just looking at these cards and the energy, it may not, when things are kind of chaotic or there's a lot going on energetically, it may not be the point in time to take action now. There may be a period where you're kind of going within, allowing things to fall that will, processing it, releasing all of those energies before being ready to really take action. So there could be a delay on, when it feels best and right to move ahead. And Spirit is saying, trust your knowing and your intuition when it comes to your own body, your own body's needs, your cycles, your energy. Because for some of you, as you go through this process, there is that potential that you're going to be feeling a little bit depleted, or you may just feel like you don't have energy to deal with extra, stuff or people, or there could be an energy of being drained, essentially. So Spirit is saying, trust your own inherent flow and cycle when it comes to when to push ahead, when to take action, when to let go. Because I feel right now, it's like you're in that cycle of shedding. You're in the phase where things are leaving and clearing and, you're releasing. And there is going to be this period of time where things start to come in. Yeah, it's trust. I just heard trusting the ebb and flow of life. With the Empress as well, I feel for some of you, you've reached a level of spiritual maturity and mastery where you're able to better accept things, where you're able to allow life to be what it is. You allow people and things to come and go in a way that feels right and authentic for you. There's a sense of really trusting the unknown, trusting the divine, knowing that if something leaves your life, it's because it's not suited for you or you've outgrown it. It's no longer suited to you. There's a sense of really having faith in regards to what Spirit brings towards you, what you want to hold on to, what you want to let go of. Just there's a level of self-awareness as well. And I feel like that obviously can happen and can be a product of, increasing maturity and increasing growth. But I just feel overall, Spirit is saying there is this, you can trust what's happening. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to question whether, things are going to work out or how things are going to unfold. I do feel there's a lot of positive energy coming towards you. Yeah, I'm just hearing downtime. For some of you, it could be as well, whatever's falling with this tower above the Two of Pentacles, it could have been quite taxing or draining. So what's happening now is there's time to replenish your energy before moving in a new direction, or before opening yourself to something new, before, being ready to take action. I'm also hearing your relationship to time is changing. You're learning how to be more free-flowing. Perhaps you're learning how to not put, time frames on certain things. Allowing, like, even if you're setting a goal, allowing yourself to have a goal or have a vision, but not be as forceful in terms of how it has to express itself or when it comes to fruition. And I think for this group, the phrase I keep hearing is trust. Having trust and faith, even in the upheaval, the uncertainty, that is what's going to see you through to the other side. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.